the grater or anything like that. This is a weekly deal drop, and this is why. Because one press and all of the cheese is grated.
Look at how cool this is. Just the top button, give it a press, couple batteries, and then we have 2 attachments. That's the fine grater attachment that I'm doing my parm, my pecorino, my Gouda, fresh.
Ooh.
Tamara, you don't buy it pre-done because when you buy pre-done cheese, it's packed with preservatives. It kind of tastes funny too to me.
It tastes like cardboard.
It tastes, yeah, sawdusty.
It does.
I always say sawdusty,
yes.
but it doesn't taste right and it has preservatives, and that's the fine grater attachment. We also have, look at this attachment, like ribbons, which are stunning. So you could do ribbons of parm or even ribbons of cheddar onto your chili or onto your nacho platter. Isn't that beautiful?
This is how you make it fancy.
That's how you make it fancy. But also I like the mouthfeel of those fine, fine ribbons because they melt into your cheddar or into your nacho platter. So this is the easy way to grate your cheeses, soft or hard, but also your walnuts, your chocolate, stuff like that. Look at this. Little walnuts on top of your baked goods. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
And it's all even, all fine. And by the way, to get a fine grate like this, old school ways, Tamara, we'd take like a handheld grater and your fingers would be in the way and half the cheese would get wasted. That's why we would go to buy pre-grated cheese. Now nothing gets wasted. You just press the top of the button and you get that beautiful fine consistency.
Okay, so all you're doing is choosing which color. If you like the blues, we got the blue memo today. So
yeah, we got the blue. Here.
Oh, see.
There you go. We're accessorizing.
I match my accessorizing. This is so good. Can I come over here to this salad?
Check it out. Just press the top.
Oh, this
Isn't that cool?
This is too easy to not do.
Right?
I mean, it is, and it's actually kind of fun.
It's super fun.
Look at
that. And by the way, how fun is this to put on your table?
Yeah.
So if you just leave it on the table and let people cheese their own pasta or their own salad, now you just did that fine grater attachment and it comes out super fine, super even, like little bits of snow of cheese, which I love, right? But then we also have that little slicer attachment, and look at the difference. So there's the finely grated cheese on your pasta, your bruschetta, your salads. Look at the ribbons of cheese now you can do.
Ooh.
Now think about on your Caesar salad, your carpaccio. Stunning. Like this is now like restaurant. Now, the only other way to do something like that is to take a peeler to your cheese.
Yes.
And maybe your fingers are in the way. Maybe it's a little risque. Here, nothing is in the way. You just press the top of the button. If you've got dexterity issues, there's nothing to grind.
No.
Just the way to do it.
Okay, I know. So you've got your choice of white, blue, or red. And I want you to get it while it's a weekly deal drop, which means you're saving $10 off of our regular HSN price anyway. And then today it's free shipping because everything, whether it's on TV or on hsn.com, everything today for the last day of the weekend is free shipping, all right? Okay, so I was gonna ask you, where do I put the cheese?
You just load the cheese in that bottom chamber there, whatever attachment that you have, and then press this here. It's like spring loaded. Okay, and you want to make sure actually that the cheese isn't too big so that it can fit nice and neat and tidy. So you just cut it into kind of smaller chunks, whether it's cheese or chocolate or walnuts or whatever it is, and then lock it shut, and that's it.
And that's it. And then you press and go.
Press and go.
Okay, if I don't grate all the cheese, can I leave it in there or do I need to put it
I leave mine in here. I will pop it in the fridge and just leave it in there. The walnuts or, again, chocolate, I'll leave on my counter. And you're garnishing your desserts, your baked goods.
Oh my gosh.
And I just love the fun. I mean, imagine this on a banana bread.
Yes.
Almonds, cashews. I like to garnish also salad soups with fine nuts. It's a great way to get some protein and a little textural contrast. So even as a salad garnish, get some pine nuts in there. Right? On top of a pasta, get your pine nuts as well.
These are those finishing touches that really kind of make the difference between, oh, I just opened up a bag of salad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, oh, no, I made it a little bit extra. And that's what it is. And it doesn't take any extra time. And it's simple.
Look at that.
And I'm pressing a button. That's all. This is the way to go.
This is the way to go. And look at the different results you get. Those ribbons of cheddar or Gouda or Swiss. The finely grated parm, pecorino, those are the beautiful cheeses that have to be fresh. Don't buy them pre-bagged. Tamara says they taste like cardboard. I say they taste like sawdust. Both are bad. So you want to do it fresh. Then, of course, your walnuts, your pine nuts, your almonds. I actually really like doing this on top of salads because if you want to get that crunch, keep their salad interesting, but every bite you want a bite of that almond or walnut or pecan, this is a great way to do it. On top of soups, salads, stews, but also on top of course, your baked goods. So it's not just for cheese.
That's right.
Also chocolate.
It's something, there's something about when you have the, you know, it's kind of in your control to add however much you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you did put this on your table, you would see that everybody kind of has their own method of doing it. Some do a swirl, some just like it all in one plop.
Yeah.
But everybody's gonna reach for it because it's really that simple. And the thing is, you could put this on the table and don't give any explanation. It's too simple to not use because there's one button on the top and that's it. This is run on AAA batteries. So we all have AAA batteries at home.
All got tons of those.
Really simple.
Look at that.
And that's it. And if you want a few, like if I want some for, like one for just my cheeses, and then maybe I want a different one for my sweet items, my chocolates and things, I could do that.
You could do one for the nuts and the chocolates and then one for your cheeses, pecorino, parm, Gouda. And you made a great point. When it lives on your table, you're not picking up the cheese with your hand and using a handheld grater and everyone's touching it and your fingers are in the way, or doing a hand crank, like the old school hand crank one. If you've got dexterity issues, this is it. If you entertain a lot, this is it. Because it lives on your table. You can garnish your own salad, your own bruschetta, your own pasta. The chilies and nachos, love those ribbons as they melt in. And then, of course, the walnuts and the chocolate as well.
And okay, so we're just getting started, but this is, I love that we're starting with this because I think everybody can understand it's kind of a pain sometimes to grate cheese, but not anymore. And I love that it's a weekly deal drop. Today is the last day of this price, though. Should I also mention that? The price ends tonight at midnight, or when they sell out, whichever happens first. And also the free shipping goes away tonight at midnight. So if you're looking at these and you're saying, gosh, I wish I had it right now while I'm, you know, while I'm preparing my meals, go for it. Shop on hsn.com, use the app, use the QR code, and get it. And let me ask you, is there any kind of cheese maybe that I wouldn't put in?
I would say a very soft cheese like mozzarella.
Okay.
But then again, mozzarella isn't a cheese that you traditionally would grate anyway.
No.
But even a softer cheese like cheddar is beautiful as a ribbon that melts into, again, your nachos, your mac and cheese on top. It looks great, but also there's a culinary reason for doing it. It kind of melts into the hot food and is really incredible. So even a softer cheese like a cheddar or a Swiss or a Gouda would be lovely. Even if I did it, Tamara, as part of my cheese board. Right? So if you want to do it as part of your cheese board, take a Gouda or a Swiss and make little ribbons of Gouda and Swiss, etc. It's going to work just fine. And then you could have little mountains of parm, pecorino. So I think that's a great option as well. So really just not a super soft cheese, but even a medium and a firm, absolutely.
Okay, I know that our clock is quickly running down, so here's the deal. Choose red, white, or blue. It's really simple. You're going to get both of the grating discs, right? The fine and the ribbon. And you can see those right there.
There they are. That's the fine. That's the ribbon. Of course, everything pops out, easy to interchange, right into your dishwasher. So you're not scrubbing this. You're not getting your fingers anywhere near this. Again, unlike an old school handheld grater where your fingers are in the way and you're grating the cheese, here your fingers are nowhere in the way. Each of those blades interchangeable. Throw them in your dishwasher. And we've seen the ribbons of parm and cheddar, beautiful. And then the finely grated parmesan, pecorino, and the nuts and the chocolate. It's awesome.
It is. This is the time to do it. 873-112 is the item number. Go ahead and pick yours up. It's actually really fun. And
it is fun.
So many of the items from Kitchen HQ really make the everyday things that we do in the kitchen a lot more fun instead of like a hassle.
Absolutely.
Because we could cook an entire meal and the most hassled part of it would be grating the cheese at the end.
And that's a theme we're going to see for the next 2 hours, actually. We're making things easier in the kitchen across the board.
Do it. Okay, so 873-112 is the item number. I want to share this with you because it is coming up. And if you want to jump in and get a head start, you can. This is your cast iron